Hey there guys, today we're taking a look at Elder Scrolls Online running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U. Now this of course is running on the TRIGKEY Speed S5 mini PC specifically. That system is linked down below if you're curious on what exactly is the system it's running on. But the game right now is running with the low in-game graphics settings. Now it is not the absolute lowest that you can go with. You can of course go all the way down to minimum, but low is more than adequate enough to actually get you a very decent experience for 99% of what you're going to be doing in this game. Now, there are going to be big events in the game where your performance is going to start to tank just because there's a lot of people around, but usually it's not going to be in situations where your performance is that important. When you're off doing questing and just grinding and getting your levels up throughout most of the gaming experience, you're going to be more than fine. And in those extremely brutal situations, you can always drop down to the absolute minimum, though the gains aren't really worth the visual sacrifice most of the time. In those absolutely brutal situations, that's about as good as it's going to get for you. In general, though, the game is pretty much just designed to kind of run on anything. That's just good MMO design in general. They're the types of games that you want to be as accessible to as many people as possible due to just the large amount of time commitment that these end up having. You want to cast as wide a net as possible so that you can kind of just get in as many people addicted as humanly possible. And I have to say that visually speaking, it's a pretty decently looking MMO. Though that just could be because of the fact that I have not really fully played an MMO in a very, very long time. That used to be what I would play as a kid, usually a lot of free to play like Korean MMOs back in the early 2000s, but I really have not kept up with the MMO scene at all. Pretty much World of Warcraft was about as late into the MMO craze as I got into, and then past that I have no idea what really has been up, but I have at least enjoyed what I have played of Elder Scrolls Online, so I can completely understand if somebody is super into this game. It seems to be extremely fun, and you'll be glad to know that it performs wonderfully on this system. If you have this specific chip, I'm pretty sure even if you have a system with a 15-watt TDP, you're still going to get a playable experience. And if you feel like your 1% lows are suffering, you can always go with the minimum graphics. But in this case, you don't even have to go with the most aggressively low settings. But I'll catch you guys in the next one.